Hello and welcome to Ex Awake. I am your host, Jonathan. I hope that you are doing well today. Today I am going to be sharing with you the first part of the 2022 annual meeting. Now, this is something that has not been released to the public as of yet, so we have a PMO somewhere in Bethel to thank for this, I'm sure. But as soon as I saw that link posted, I thought, I better get on that and see what little gems of ridiculousness and hypocrisy that we would find, get it out to all of you as quick as I could. So as I have done with some other posts recently, I am working, but I would like to take some time out of my work schedule to make some commentary on the things that we find in the video. So it is a lengthy broadcast of 3 hours, and I am not going to subject anyone to 3 hours of a straight video, nor do I have the time to do that. So I'm cutting it up into bite-sized chunks for consumption for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it a great deal. Let's start with part number 1, which will be David Splane sharing a new video from Caleb and Sophia. But first, let's run the old introduction. There you go.
It's our pleasure to welcome all of you to the annual meeting of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania. Now, a beautiful music prelude has been prepared, so let's enjoy it.
In my benevolence, I have decided to cut out and shorten most of this part here. Enjoy this abbreviated presentation. This is the section I've entitled, Hey, Look at All the Free Labor. This part also feels like a commercial where about 100 people are going in and out of a hardware store. I clean for a living. It's not that fun. This section is entitled Persecution Complex.
I wonder how many hundreds of hours goes
Not
into the
enough or
preparation
too
of
many,
those
can't quite
preludes.
decide.
I'm sure the brothers who work on these videos appreciate your respectful attention to these videos because they put a lot of work and thought into it. Now it's our turn. Those of us in the auditorium are going to stand. If you're at home, you can do what you want. We're going to sing song number 85, Welcome One Another, and then Brother Kenneth Godburn, who's a helper to the writing committee, is going to open with prayer. So that's Welcome One Another. Let's sing out.
Oh, heck no. I'm cutting this out.
Well, it's been a hard year. Very hard for many. Some are mourning the loss of loved ones. Others are concerned about the health of family members, or maybe their own health. Still others have lost everything they own in a fire, a flood, a hurricane. And when you lose your home in a natural disaster, usually you lose your job too. If your home has been affected, your place of work is affected. And so many of these folks won't have any way to get their home back because they have no job. So it's been a tough year. But all of us need encouragement. And so it's our prayer that by the end of this program, you're going to feel encouraged, spiritually built up, and absolutely convinced that no matter what has happened or what is going to happen, Jehovah is going to help you through. He's going to take care of you.
Now, I have no way of knowing how sincere David Splane was in this moment where he's describing, the difficult year that's happened and the different calamities and tragedies that have happened to different people. But at least I can say that it appeared like he might have been sincere in that. So that's good. But, without reading his mind or looking into his heart, I have no way of knowing that. I do know that some others in the past, like Stephen Lett and Toni Morris, have relayed people that have died or things that have happened, and it just kind of fell flat, like it was just sort of like it's a line. So I can at least give credit, or at least say that it appeared genuine from David Splane, but who knows?
Now, the program is going to feature a number of videos interspersed with talks from various members of the governing body.
Because they sure love their videos, don't they?
I don't know what they're going to talk about, but they certainly have chosen some interesting themes. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat to see what they have to tell us. But first up is a video on one of our favorite subjects, Caleb and Sophia. Now, just so you know, Caleb is not a member of the governing body, but he's going to be on the program anyway.
That's too bad. I thought Caleb actually had a shot.
No, because this is obviously fictional and would never actually happen.
Now, this is the longer version. They call it the epic version. It's part of the series Become Jehovah's Friend, and the title is Who Should Be My Friend? Let's watch.
You got this, come on.
Go, go, go! Yes.
Bro, that was good.
This part is a little too on the nose. Kid, you are truly alone.
Hurry up! We're gonna be late. Yeah, let's go.
And he called them his friends. We see throughout the gospel accounts that those who chose to befriend Jesus gained the best friend possible.
But I bet Jesus isn't going to hang out with you at school.
Hey there. Oh, hey. Oh, you like to draw? I like your notes. Really cool.
Mom taught me. Pictures help me remember.
Me too.
I haven't quite decided how old this person is supposed to be, but
I'll get in touch.
based on the fact that in a second her dad is going to call her and say it's time to go. There it is.
Well, I gotta go. See you
Yeah,
later,
she's probably a
Sophia.
teenager. And I don't remember, but I think that Sophia is something like 9.
Girl, hey, good to see you. I'm glad I was on your team.
My favorite thing was the safari treehouse.
Yeah, it had all the cool jungle animals on the wall. Timmy, I didn't think your team was gonna make it.
I love my prize.
You got a prize? We all did.
Now, if this was some sort of a birthday or a holiday or something like that, but or even a sports thing, but it's an academic thing. So it seems silly that they're having her be left out. And by the way, I would give it about 2 seconds before the teacher takes away that stupid rattle pen.
Okay, kids, settle down. Time to get started. We have a lot to talk about today. Before we begin, for those of you that participated in the science club this weekend, we will be having another camping trip. But only the ones with the
So many
highest score
cool
on
and
the
fun
math project
activities that
will be
Sophia could be
selected to go.
involved in. They are really
More
beating
on
this
that
child
after
down
class.
with this
Now to stay
being left out thing.
You're in our club. You're good at science. We have another trip coming up.
Hey, Sophia, come with us.
So, anyway, all the kids had badges and prizes and stuff. And it sounded like a lot of fun. And it seems like they really need my help.
I see.
Oh, you see what's wrong with the car?
No, I see I've not been hard enough on
I
you.
see why you want to be in the club.
You do?
Of course. We all want to have friends and do fun things. Please, would you mind moving the light over here? Right there. Thank you.
I just wish I had some kid friends.
And Sophia should be able to have some kid friends, but nope, she has to stay away from those worldly kids.
Have friends. But the question you need to ask yourself is, who should be my friend? Let's talk about it at our next family worship. How about you go do some research on Martha?
Seriously, Dad? Now I have to do some extra homework?
And then we can come back together and talk about it as a family. Sophia, are you ready?
Yeah. Martha, a Jewess, the sister of Lazarus, and Mary.
She's reading from the Insight book, but I'll talk about that in a little bit.
A village about 2 miles away from Jerusalem.
Which was probably Jesus' home base when he came down from Galilee.
Martha liked to cook.
Yes, she did.
And she would cook for Jesus and all his disciples when they would visit.
Wow, that would have been a lot of food.
Yes, and a lot of work.
But if they worked together, they'd make it a success.
However, some of their friends felt differently about Jesus.
And you know this how, Dad?
Martha makes the best apricot cakes. It's just a fact.
You've always praised me too much, Talia.
Well, if it gets me more apricot cakes, I will continue to praise you.
Oh, Talia, did you hear? The teacher Jesus. He's coming back to visit.
The man from Galilee? Are you hosting him again?
Yes, I am. Actually, it's tonight.
I've heard a lot of talk. The Pharisees in Jerusalem, they don't approve of that man. I am not sure it's such a good idea for you to be known as his friend. Okay, well, I guess I better be getting home. See you two later.
Okay, it's not to say that they couldn't have had friends that were opposed to it, but what is it based on?
Martha, Jesus is here.
So it feels to me that they've taken this account and what the story is really about and boiled it down to a 5-second conversation between Martha and
Let me
Jesus.
get this straight. He wanted you and Mary to sit and learn about God just like the men? The teacher instructing women? A woman's job is to provide food for her household.
That's true. A good woman prepares herself for hard work. That's valuable. That's you, Martha. Don't let this Jesus ruin you with his ideas.
Okay, I get that they're trying to make this more applicable to modern day, but it really feels like they're changing the narrative and what the story in the Bible was all about.
Lazarus!
So kind of you.
Remember that she says she's being kind here.
Not well. I sent word to Jesus. He will help my brother.
You sent word to Jesus? Have you still not heard? He's angering people with his shocking speech. He's claiming to be God's son. He's crazy.
He's loyal to Jehovah, and he is our friend.
Sadly, Lazarus died. But do you remember what happened next?
Jesus came back to Bethany and resurrected Lazarus.
Jesus was a real friend. He cared about Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. And he showed them what kind of friend Jehovah can be to us.
But that's not where the story ends. Do you know what some people did after that?
Many of the Jews who saw what he did put faith in him, but some of them went off to the Pharisees and told them what Jesus had done? Why did they do that?
Because not even seeing Jesus bring someone back to life was enough to convince them that he was the Christ.
They seemed like Martha's friends, but they hated Jesus.
How do you think Martha dealt with her unbelieving friends?
Jesus is the Christ, the resurrection and the life. He is the Son of God, and he is my friend. Talia, you've been kind to me in the past, but you don't believe Jesus' teachings. We cannot be friends.
So the lesson here is, if someone is kind to you, but doesn't believe the same as you, kick them off like an old pair of shoes. Well, that was easy. On to other things.
Martha stuck with Jesus and his friends. They helped her become Jehovah's friend. So, Sophia, what do you think Jehovah is teaching you about friendship?
That I have to choose my friends carefully.
And how can you know if someone should be your friend?
If they help me be Jehovah's friend. I am not gonna join the club.
That's my girl.
We are so proud of you, Sophia.
And Jehovah is proud of you too. Now, how about you go finish up your homework? Mom tells me we have a guest coming over.
Okay.
Okay, so this part really bugs me. I'm not just doing commentary, I'm getting on camera for this one. This whole story that they've created here, and while I'm talking about it, I'm going to put the part from the Insight book, as I mentioned before, that she was reading from the Insight book. So you can watch that while I'm talking, see if you catch what I'm saying too. So what was this story about Mary and Martha and Jesus all about, and Lazarus? Well, it's about Martha worrying too much about, taking care of physical needs and preparing a meal, while Mary was more concerned about spiritual need. And Jesus is like, yep, that's the way to go. So come on, sit down and, take the good portion. And then it's also about Lazarus, who passed away and was resurrected by Jesus. So it's showing Jesus' power to raise the dead. That's essentially the story that's being told in these accounts. But here we have Sophia's dad turning this into something different. Now, you can see here that the only real mention of friends that there was is people coming to see them and coming to basically console them for Lazarus. But it doesn't say anything about a particular friend or group of friends that were trying to convince them to stay away from Jesus or not be known as, a follower of Jesus. Some people she knew, some of them went to the Pharisees and said what happened. There's no proof in the account that they had anything more to do with it than that. They weren't, at the well talking, saying, oh, you shouldn't be hanging out with this Jesus guy because the Pharisees, they don't like it. So they're turning this into an entirely different story. It's turned into good friends, bad friends, and people who are trying to convince you to give up the truth. It's just an example of the organization trying to warp things, to cherry pick, and to just flat out lie and distort the narrative to fit what they're trying to portray. So this really bugs me. That's not an appropriate way to teach children. You take a story and you don't change it to fit what you want to do when it comes to raising somebody, based on biblical things. Anyway, yeah, that's my thought on that.
Jehovah, please help me find a good friend. Someone who loves you. At least you are my friend.
Sophia! Lydia is here.
Our talk. You like turtles?
I love turtles.
Really? I've got something I want to show you.
He is so cute. Sophia, I think we're going to be friends. Yep, definitely friends.
Admit it, you enjoy watching Caleb and Sophia just as much as the kids do. And we know that because we get letters.
Yeah, those governing body members, they know what they're doing. They know that even though it's a cartoon and it's aimed at the kids, it's still something that is effective on the adults. I think there's a reason why they started this out as the first part of the program for the annual meeting. Yeah, if it gets a point across, who cares if it's a cartoon? Anyway, this concludes this portion of the broadcast. I don't remember who's next, but whoever it is, I'm sure it'll be great. So thank you for watching. Again, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome to Ex-Witness Awake. I am your host, Jonathan. I hope that you are doing well today. So, last night, someone posted a link to the let's try that again.